Dane's got worms, they're right in his pocket. Hey now, Dane's got worms. He brings them into school and he gets in trouble. Dane's got pocket worms. New song, Pocket Worms. It'll be out. Every good prison story, they always come out with a book or an album.
Yeah.
And ours is an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pocket worms.
You good?
Yeah. How do you want to get into this? How are we getting into this, partner?
I don't know. I mean,
should we talk about the elephant in the room? What's up with the? You got some more face tattoos.
Oh, you noticed? I
Yeah.
didn't think anybody would notice. I was trying to go subtle, you know?
I mean, they look good. It looks good.
Yeah. This is a rose, as you can see,
I
because
do.
I am the rose of the garden. That is one of the gangs I'm in. We're called the Garden Gang.
Oh, hey.
And I'm the rose. This is a spooky black widow spider, because I'm tough and I go for my prey, like a black widow often does. I'm also in another gang called the Cisco's. It's the Cisco Enter the Dragon.
Ah.
Like the artist Cisco from his album.
Yeah.
With the thong.
I was about to. Yeah.
That's Cisco with the Q. That's another gang I'm in. I've been dipping my toes in a lot of gangs trying to find the right one. It's almost like The Bachelor in a way. So I guess the rose is appropriate. I'm like, I gave the rose to the gang I want to join in the end.
Oh. So
yeah.
I assume by joining the gang, not cutting the rose off your forehead.
I mean, they're on here for sure. Like, there's no getting these off.
You do look you look good.
Thanks. I thought, is it too much?
No, it's very, very dashing, very very hardened criminal, but looks good on you.
Yeah.
I feel like rugged and manly, I suppose you could say.
I feel like it'll be definitely very easy for me to get a job once we get out.
100%.
A prison.
100%. They're gonna look at you as like they're gonna be like, look at this artist.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this artist.
Look at this perfect rose. Let's hire him for our job.
Yeah. Like, look how rugged and manly this guy looks. Beard.
You can tell.
Beard, tattoos. I mean,
what tough guy doesn't have a strawberry, a butterfly, and a rose all tattooed on his face?
Seriously. I mean, I see this walking down the street. I'm moving out of the way.
Oh yeah, you better believe
I'm thinking this guy, he's one tough bad dude.
SOB, as they like to say around the block.
Well, I try not to. Cursing gets me into some trouble.
And 100. Hi, welcome to Two Guys, One Film, a Project Nerd original. I am Dylan.
And I am Dane. And this week we're watching the 2004 movie starring Nicolas Cage called National Treasure. It's National Treasure.
Whoa, I don't know why we're doing karate chops. There's no karate in this movie.
There's all kinds of karate in this movie. Not psych. There's not. There's no karate.
Spoiler alert, there's no karate.
I mean, you know what you're getting into watching it. It says spoilies ahead. That was a spoiler. There's no karate in this movie. I'm sorry to, burst your bubble on that one.
And now we've lost half of our audience because there's no karate in this.
But it does have Nic Cage.
So come back to us because this is a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful national treasure. Go ahead.
It is. It was directed by John, and I am not sure about this last name.
I don't know either.
Taub. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's Turleto or something, but I'm going to go with Turtle Taub.
It looks like turtle.
Yeah.
Turtle
Taub. And it's...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we don't do research. We really can't in prison. So if for some reason you're Mr. Turtle Taub and you're watching our very good show, let us know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Type it in the comments phonetically how you pronounce your name. We'll read it. We'll do a revisit of this episode.
Yeah, we'll go back. We'll go back over it. Quick synopsis: the Nick Cage, what's his name?
Benjamin Franklin. I don't know if you or Gates. Sorry, Benjamin Franklin Gates.
Yeah,
It's easy.
and I'm like, okay, like,
can you tell they like history?
I don't think so. So him and his father and his grandfather, they were all historian treasure hunters, I guess.
Yeah, because like their great grandfather, however many, he was told the secret by one of the last guys alive to sign the Declaration of Independence, talking about a treasure that the Knights Templar have accumulated throughout history that's hidden. So it's in the Gates family of the secret of the national treasure.
Yeah,
I feel like it's international since it's been taken from other countries.
I know. I thought the same thing after like skip all the way to the end, seeing everything. Anyway.
Well, yeah, and it shows like them fighting in Egypt. It
Yeah.
shows them fighting in like Rome, and I'm like, that's not national. There's international.
Well, yeah,
treasure.
it's like these people have been like fighting and like moving the same treasure around through history,
just accumulating more.
Yeah,
and they're like, hey, let's hide it in America.
Well, because the Templars got it, and then after the Templars, the Masons,
and then from there, you'll have to find out you have to watch the movie to find out.
And that's the end of this.
Done.
Give
Episode
it like so
done.
many stars, bro. Anyway, I didn't even finish. So Ben Gates, the Gates family is not really like highly regarded in the science community. They think they're kind of just crazy treasure hunters. We see the backstory, blah blah blah. The kid gets the little note. Fast forward to the future, Nic Cage, this British dude, can't remember what his name is. They find they're looking for the whatever is supposed to be there. I don't think they know it's a ship.
He does.
Does he know it's a ship?
Yeah, it's the Charlotte. He knew because like when he goes to see his dad later, he's like, I saw her. He's like, so it was a ship? And he's like, it was a ship. So like, yeah, I think he knew it was a ship. He had his hunches. Because yeah, his grandfather's talking about it's with the Charlotte. He's like, what Charlotte? He's like, that's nobody knows. Which I want to talk about like when it's the beginning and he's like talking to his grandpa. He's like, because we had a little secret. And I was like, cocaine?
I know.
Is that our little secret? Like,
how do you think we stayed up so long to get out there?
Yeah. How do you think we made our riches? Our little secret. Thanks, Christopher Plummer. And he gets knighted. Little Ben gets knighted by his peepaw.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Question of legality of like, if you are a knight, can you knight people? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, so if I knew Anthony Hopkins
and he knighted you,
could he knight me? Like,
I think that's how they used to do it in the oldie times. As like a knight would knight a knight, but I think now you have to be knighted by the queen.
Well, so now if that's the case, then I need to meet one of these guys. I want to be knighted because I feel like it'd be easier to meet like Anthony Hopkins or Sir Elton John. Well, he's pretty high. I don't know.
He's up there.
Yeah.
He's like A-list tier. He would never communicate with the scum such as us.
That's true. I feel
like Anthony Hopkins would. Like, oh, we can get Anthony Hopkins,
I feel like
fuck Elton John. He won't. Like,
I feel like Anthony Hopkins would be nicer.
Yeah, I don't know. Elton John might be a sweetheart. You don't know.
I don't know. Whenever I've seen him on TV, like anytime back in the day when he was younger, and like now I feel like he'd just be like, dude, fuck off. Like I'm old, leave me alone. But like back in the day, I just remember seeing him, and like anybody that would like talk to him, he just seemed so pissed all the time.
Because the bitch is back, dude.
I guess. All right. Well, maybe. All right. I mean, he's in the public eye a lot. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. I like Elton John. I'll give him that. I'll say that.
Anybody that's a knight, come to prison. Come knight us. We would love to be knights. Maybe we would be able to get out of prison.
How about both Anthony Hopkins and Elton John?
You guys come down here, knight us both. We'll be double knighted.
We'll hang out.
Double knighted, 2 guys, 1 film.
We'll write some music. We'll talk about acting. It's gonna be sweet.
Because who knows more about acting than these 2 actors right here?
Yeah.
If there was a secret treasure that you wanted no one to find, why would you make clues to find it? Wouldn't you just make it impossible to find? Like, why would we leave evidence of how to find it if we're like, we don't want anybody to find this? I'm like, well, then don't leave small clues, because then nobody will go find it.
It was. I don't think it was that they didn't want anybody to find it. They just didn't want it to fall into the wrong hands
That's true.
because it's too big for any one man.
It should be shared amongst the people.
Amongst the museums, and that's what I mean, not the people, like literally,
Yeah.
just the museums.
Yeah, which it gets to the masses.
Yeah.
The beginning when Ian, Riley, and Ben are all like in those snowcats, I was really hoping that they like would run into Mulder from the X-Files movie, like on the snowcat when he's going to like get
Oh, yeah.
Scully. They're just like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And they just like pass each other. I'm like, thanks.
Like, oh yeah, you don't want to go that way.
There's an alien ship that back that way. Well, we're looking for another ship. Oh, then you should be fine. Yeah, I like when they're in the Charlotte.
The Charlotte.
When Riley sees that dead body, he like freaks out. I like how Ben's like, "You handled that well."
Yeah.
He was. It was like the comedy in this was really good. Like the quick lines between like Riley and Ben, especially Riley. Like Riley was fucking killing it in this movie.
See, I don't know. I felt a little bit opposite of Riley because like I was like, oh, don't like. I didn't want him to constantly be the comic relief, and I don't like it when there's a comic relief in a movie that doesn't need a comic relief. Like this one, it was cool.
It's a family adventure. You got to have a goofball.
Well, I thought like a lot of it like had a goofiness to it, but like I felt like they made him like be the comic relief, even though like him and Ben, I keep wanting to say Bill Gates.
Him and Bill Gates.
Him and Ben already had like a good I can't think of the word.
Chemistry.
Yeah, they already had a cool chemistry, and then they would have him do these like not very cool one-liners, like there you kind of shit, and I'm like, stop. Like I don't take him as that character, like the like whiny on the out, like on the, like he just didn't come off like that. He seemed too smart to be like the I'm whiny. When
they didn't showcase his smartness enough either.
Yeah,
like he was like really smart and he did a lot of cool shit, but they didn't like do enough of it.
Yeah, like I thought he was a little bit of an underdeveloped character.
It's all about Nic Cage.
It was. I mean, and he, he's going to steal the show every time. Yeah, and he did in his Nic Cage way.
I like how they find the pipe in that barrel of gunpowder, and he like starts reading and goes, "It's a riddle." And I was like, "Yeah, no shit. It's like, duh, it's a riddle. It's a fucking weirdly worded thing. It's not gonna be like, oh, that's it's a riddle."
Be great. Yeah, it's a riddle. Just crumples it up.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Can't do riddles.
And that one dumb henchman
though, like so.
Well, I mean, he's been doing this his whole life, dude.
True.
Treasure hunting and looking for riddles and clues and knowing every bit of American history. So,
I know, because I feel like I'm like, man, I would be sitting there in the cold for so long trying to figure this out.
I don't know. Let's just go somewhere else. Okay, I'm too cold to think about it. It's a prison. Sure, it's a prison.
That sounds right. That's right.
Yeah,
it's a prison.
A prison. Iron bars. Iron cage or whatever it was.
Like stone room or something.
It was like
stone silence.
Iron cage or some shit. He's like, it's the thing. I also want to talk about Sean Bean's hair. At first I didn't like it because he was like wearing that. You okay over there?
Yeah. My do-rag is like folded. There's like a fold here, and it's bothering me. And if I don't have the right look here, I'm gonna get eaten alive in this prison. You know that.
They take their do-rag etiquette very seriously.
I know. I need to look the part. I'm barely surviving in here as it is. I am hanging by a thread. Sorry. I'm breaking down a little bit. Breaking down a little bit. We're doing a show. Here. We got this.
Anyway, Sean Bean's hair, I didn't like it at first because he was wearing like that weird like fleece hat and like came out all weird. But like once he took it off, I'm like, okay. Now he's rocking it. He's rocking that long hair look. You don't see it a whole lot with Sean. Well, you do. You see it a lot with Sean Bean. I don't know what I'm talking about. Boromir had long hair. Ned Stark had long hair. Ian's got long hair. He didn't have long hair in Goldeneye, but that's fine.
True.
And one of few movies where he doesn't die. Spoiler alert: Sean Bean doesn't die.
They're gonna kill him in a. Well, okay, somebody there. One guy dies, and it's a Disney movie.
Well, he just falls down a dark hole. You know, you don't see him die.
No, but I mean,
People die in Disney movies all the time. Bambi's mom died.
true.
She got shot. You know, like you can die in Disney movies. It's not brutally shown.
Well, what about Tarzan? Like that?
Oh yeah,
that- like
Clayton like gets hung.
Yeah, and they show
hanged or
his
whatever.
shadow all fucking, his corpse
Oh.
all swinging.
But hey, Phil Collins was singing it, so it's fine. Two worlds, one fantasy.
Was it fantasy or family?
I don't know. I don't remember. It played 100 times in the movie, and I still don't remember any of it. Lost your heart, fantasy. Tarzan, he swings from the trees.
No, you're a big Tarzan fan.
Yeah. Tarzan, as cute as can be.
Adorable.
So he lights up that flare,
Mhm.
and he's like, I could drop this, and the place goes off. Meanwhile, there's like sparks coming off of this flare, clearly hitting the ground full of fucking gunpowder.
Yeah, but those ones aren't hot enough.
Oh, that's true. It has to be
It's
really
like
hot.
super hot. They're cooling on the way down.
Yeah, it's. So Ian turns on Ben because Ben's like, it's another clue. We got to get to such and such. And Ben gets mad because there's no treasure, but they find out there's a map on the back, a possible map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. So Ian's like, let's break in and steal it. And Ben's like, not in my America.
No way, Jose.
So Ian turns on them. He leaves them there to blow up, and then and now they separate ways. And the only way to prevent someone from stealing the Declaration of Independence is
to steal it yourself.
Because get it in the better hands.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. They go rolling up in the cat, and I'm like, this guy's gonna betray you.
And honestly, he's Sean Bean. He's gonna be a bad guy. Like 88% of the time, he's gonna play a bad guy.
I'm like, oh hey,
he's good.
Bean. He's gonna be a bad guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be a bad guy, and he's gonna die.
And he's gonna double cross. He's gonna do a little double crossing. Gonna do a little bad guy in.
Did it as Boromir, which it was funny. I don't know. Like, there's a part where he says "fool" to Ben. It's like I think it was in the ship in the Charlotte. And he goes "fool." And I was like, he says that in Lord of the Rings.
Say it again, Boromir.
What should be mine? What should be mine? Come here. So when they get back to America, I don't like the blue jean look for Nicolas Cage. You know what I'm saying? He's got that cool blazer with just a shirt and then blue jeans. I'm just not a blue jean fan.
I don't wear blue. I don't rock blue jeans either. Like if I'm wearing denim, it's black.
Yeah, like every time.
Didn't he wear blue jeans though in Wild at Heart?
No, he wore black pants.
Did he?
Yeah,
sure.
I think at one point he probably does.
Remember. I feel like I remember a pair of blue jeans.
Blue jeans look good if they're like tight and a good fit. You know, in that 80s
yeah, and on the right
era.
person,
but this is like, these are like baggy middle school jeans with a cool blazer on top. I'm like, I don't like that look, dude. I was concentrating too hard on that. I'm like, I don't like that blue jean look, man.
Yeah, man, you really shouldn't. You're not rocking that look, bro. I don't like that.
So they go to the FBI to say someone's going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Nobody listens.
Big surprise. They don't believe him.
They go to, I think, Homeland Security. Nobody listens to him. I do like how he...
Do you think they would have like really believed him though in real life though?
I feel like you'd have to. Like any possible... Like I know that they probably get many tips and threats, but like you have to look into them. You can't just be like, some guy's giving us another tip. Like maybe if it's the same guy giving you the same tip like every week, you know, maybe. But like a serious allegation is that, I feel like the FBI would even just put like their dumbest guy on. It's like, I don't know, go check it out. We can't just be like, it's probably nothing.
Look at the FBI has like a dumbest guy just hanging out for like tips like
that. Give it to Glenn. He wants it, you know. Yes, sir. I'll do it. So yeah, like I feel like you it's like a bomb threat. You have to take a bomb threat serious. And this is like a threat against a national treasure. I'll say it. And yeah, you'd have to take that serious. You couldn't just be like, yeah, it's probably nothing. Pass it off. Whatever.
There's all kinds of security. They're not gonna get it.
Nobody could get in that place.
Sorry, forgot my tools. What if like so? How does he know about like the like cleaning thing of the deck of labor? Like, how does he know about that? Like, all of a sudden he just like, oh, during this time during the gala, they take it out. They're gonna clean it.
Well, they make it get cleaned.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's
they
right.
want to, I think they clean it. They're supposed to like clean it weekly, but they know that during the gala, some like they like triggered it to be clean. Because I think they want it to look good, I'm assuming, for the gala, but they'll like take it away at night.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, like they trigger it with like the laser to make it like
Oh,
go
that's right.
get cleaned by the thing. Which so they go to the library, like it's like the biggest library in the world.
Yeah,
And
bajillion.
they managed to get all these books and blueprints. Like, how long did that take? 'Cause that's a big library. That's a lot of walking and like searching and
I
just to
bet you
get these books that nobody would.
it's.
You
I
know.
bet you it's pretty friggin' organized. I bet you if you look for something, like it tells you exactly where to go.
It's not like they might be on different sides of the
But
library.
well,
So.
see, and that's what I was thinking too, because it's like there's not going to be like blueprint, like all this stuff is not going to be in one spot. They're not going to have the
Yeah.
blueprints, like maybe blueprints and like what was he saying, like wiring and shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
like all
that
these
together, but like not every single thing.
yeah.
Also, I'd be really
So,
curious to go and like check that out and see what kind of blueprints I could find. Like, hey man,
yeah.
it's a blueprint. Like, is it everything though? Like every single thing?
Everything ever made goes into the Library of Congress Library, whatever it was. Everything ever printed ever goes there. You print an email, they take that and they put it in that
It's
library.
like just some crappy like section of the library of shitty, stupid emails and like a million bajillion demo songs I've sent you.
Mm-hmm. All of that goes in that library. But yeah, so then they devise a cool way to make sure that they put the painting in that room, because if the security gets triggered, it goes into like this giant concrete hallway nobody can get to. But if they get it to the cleaning room, there's like no security in that thing. So that's why they like trigger it with the laser to make the heat go up.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like,
And
does it all
meanwhile,
with the camera.
yep. But I like how the old lady like you didn't see that laser in front of you? Like, it's a
What is
big
the
bright
thing?
green
Well,
laser.
I mean, that's what it's an old lady. She probably no, she probably didn't see that later.
Yeah. And then like, okay, so then he has that like joystick that he's controlling that camera thing with. I feel like that wouldn't control it that well. Like joysticks don't have that good of like reaction to that shit.
It's
Like, you remember like any game that we tried to play on the computer with a joystick never worked?
it made me think of that Star Wars Episode 1 game where there were like just straight lines you had to walk to get up to places, and what we would do is use the keys, like arrow keys, because like it was a pain in the ass to try and use.
Let's try that joystick and all these buttons, and it's like no.
Because like you could never get it like straight. You would always walk off the side.
Mm-hmm.
He's got really good control of that thing.
I mean, it's his joystick. He's constantly handling his joystick. All the time. When Riley's not doing something else, he's just handling
that joystick. He's practicing. He's so diligent. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, why will you watch this movie and tell me that this guy doesn't handle his joystick at least once a day?
Maybe even twice.
I'd be willing to bet.
With that kind of control, probably twice a day.
No doubt.
And so then Ben gives that lady the one George Washington pin she's missing, but he puts that like fluorescent powder liquid on it. Like, what if she had washed her hands before touching her keyboard? Because she's like sitting there handling it, What if she like washed her hands immediately after that? Because she's like, oh, this is old. I probably shouldn't be touching that anymore. So then their plan's like out the window.
And that was to put those marks on the cup, right?
Well, no, it put it on the keyboard because then he had the black light on her
Oh, yeah,
keyboard
that's
to see
right.
her flower. The cup, he just had her fingerprint so he could like put it on that finger cup, which like that was,
Would that
it was
work?
really,
Do you think that would
I
work?
don't know. I feel like Mythbusters did it, but sometimes like I love Mythbusters, but I didn't want them to debunk myths because I think the magic behind it is believing that it could work.
I
You
don't
know?
know. I mean, even that one kind of seems a little. It's like I don't know. I feel like
Like super glue and whatever else is in there, and this like powder comes up. But it was cool. Like I love that speech too that he's giving her when she's got the champagne and like totally cock blocks that other dude. By the way,
boom.
yeah,
Like, dude, you didn't have a chance to begin with.
yeah. To treason, which these guys were committing. They knew it was wrong, but it was good in the end because they would have gotten hung and decapitated and bowels, taken out. But they did it for good. I'm just letting you know. And then it's like instantly she's like, "Oh, these are the guys."
She's like, without really, like, literally saying it to her, I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
But we're doing it for your own good.
But it's cool because I'm not
It's
like
cool.
really. I'm stealing it from the bad guys who are trying to steal it.
Which, how did he get so many goons so fast? I know he's like supposed to be the wealthy one that has like unlimited resources, Like, do you just put an ad out there like looking for
I need
goons
goons.
and like how do you become a goon? Are you just like always refreshing the page like, hey, a job for me?
Finally. Yeah,
That's just how I assume.
How does one get into gooning?
I don't know. Like maybe
Like, do you get
shit, maybe that's what we're gonna do.
Is that
Because is anybody gonna want to hire us once we get out of this?
no? You got two.
We're gonna have to goon after this. Shit, I just realized. Because we're criminals,
Yeah.
and there's only one thing we can do is be more bad guys.
Once that background check goes through, yeah, it's gooning for us.
And honestly, we're not smart enough to be the main villain. We're always the goon.
Yeah.
Okay, boss.
I mean,
whatever you say.
Well, I mean, we didn't do anything, but if we were the main villain, you saw where that got us.
So could we have done that?
Probably
no. We're not smart enough for that.
No, because in the end, it would have turned into something along the lines of being in prison for something we didn't do.
Couple of goons.
Yep.
Couple of goons.
So if you need goons, we're gonna not be here much longer.
Yeah, if you're looking to hire 2 goons, need look no further. We're looking for work. We'll goon for money.
Yeah.
We'll goon for food.
Please don't make us stand on the street.
Yeah, we'll goon for food.
We'll goon right out the pen. Like as soon as we're out.
First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go goon. I'm gonna go help Ian steal something. I'm gonna be gooning around. I'm gonna be cutting holes really loud in the doors. I'm gonna be busting stuff open, and I constantly want to be told 30 seconds. Next door, 90 seconds. 90 seconds. All right, boss.
Like, what does that mean? They only have 90 seconds?
Or the alarm goes off in 90 seconds. Because no alarms were going off. I mean, they go off at the end, but he was like timing everybody. Like, we only have 60 seconds. But you never see like a clock timing down.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know what that means.
Somebody hurry up. I think that's just his way of being like, hurry your asses up.
Somebody in the comments, if you're a criminal or if you know crime stuff, because I've heard this in other stuff too, where they're like, 30 seconds. And you're like, what for what?
Until the alarm goes off, dummy.
Or until the cops get there, because like you said, there were no alarms.
No.
They were making it through with 0 alarm.
I think maybe that's like your metrics as a goon.
You're supposed
if you can hit this job in that 90 seconds, you get more points.
So
you get a higher goon level.
You need to complete your task within that time frame, and it should only take you like 90 seconds to
do that part.
Pick the lock or what have you. Okay.
To drill a hole and do some stuff. I got 90 seconds to do that.
You got 10 seconds to disable that fan.
Got it.
Throw a chain in there.
Yep. Oh, that was a great, like, I thought they were going to do a cool thing where they cut the wires and the chain, but they did something way more brilliant of like, I don't know, throw a fucking chain in it and just like clogs it up. I'm like,
that
was brilliant. Like, fucking brilliant. making all this noise too. Like nobody hears him. Just chains and
All right,
drill.
let's go. 90 seconds.
Meanwhile, everyone's upstairs drinking, and Ben's being all quiet with his white gloves,
He's-
the drill.
He's trying to be all 007.
He did have a cool bow tie for
He
it.
did. He did. And the drill was pretty cool. I thought he was actually
Mhm.
going to leave that behind. I thought it fell out of the bag.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
So I want to talk about planning heists in any movie, the time and money that goes into it. Like, I mean, once again, I know Ian's the guy with infinite resources. So he's like, let's get a food truck. He's like, I'll buy a food truck for our thing to be in. But then meanwhile, like, Ben and Riley have to get like, we got to go get a tool belt. We got to go get you a jumpsuit. We got to get a van. We got to get some super, like,
we
it's
got to
like so much shit.
somehow take a picture of a janitor's name badge, zoom in on it, and somehow it's like not pixelated and looking like shit.
Well, because you hit enhance.
Oh, he hit enhance.
Mm-hmm.
See,
It was Photoshop and you hit the enhance button.
so for people out there that don't know, it's an extra $29.95 for the enhance button. It doesn't Photoshop doesn't just come with that, and I thought it did.
Mm-hmm. So if usually when you're working like a CSI or any good guy thing, a cops thing, you're always gonna Photoshop's gonna come with enhance. They do a special deal with.
I was
law
gonna say I think they do like
enforcement
a special, like it's almost like a student discount,
stuff.
except for it's like a law enforcement discount.
Yeah, you get the enhance, and then you get the ability to play back audio, but certain things in the audio.
Yeah, you could also like
So.
make that audio a little bit louder,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
So you get that
instant too. It's instant.
Yeah. There's no rendering, there's no exporting, there's no level controls. It's just enhance.
Yeah.
Done.
And if your computer's nice enough, you don't even type it in. You just say enhance. Computer.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Which it's funny because it goes to show the security and like how probably accurate that was. All he had to do was walk up, show a badge. Like the guy didn't even have to look and he goes, all right, go on in. Like it's sadly probably that easy.
I'm
sometimes.
totally the
Just like,
janitor.
you can tell by my outfit and badge that please don't look closer at. It's pixelated. I'm like, no, guy, you're good.
Yeah. Why else would I wear this tool belt? What would I be doing here if I didn't work here with a tool belt and a badge? Come on.
Duh. Duh.
Adoy. Come on.
So he gets the fingerprint from her glass by doing the thing. He gets it on her finger cut. What I liked was like the jumping back and forth between like his heist and then Ian's. And like Ian's is like this chaos and like explosions in 90 seconds. And he's like doing this like cool, slow, like really dope ass shit. And I was like, his is way better. It's the homemade heist is always way better than the store-bought heist, you know.
Oh well, yeah.
But then like he is looking at her password because of all the green dots on it and they're running it through the algorithm. I noticed that she doesn't have a capital letter or a symbol or anything. So that's bad password security.
This is 04 though.
I mean, even then, like, you know, Facebook and MySpace, you at least had to do an exclamation mark, like a capital, an underscore, like
I didn't
anything.
think you had to back then. I think maybe a capital letter.
Yeah.
But they didn't
I guess
make you put numbers like or symbols in it yet.
I think we must have learned from this of like, you know, people keep stealing the Declaration of Independence or some shit. You know, guys, you got to start putting capitals and some symbols in that. Make your passwords.
Maybe a hashtag.
So he gets in and he's trying to get it out and they show up at the same time down the different hallway, which was really cool. And of course, dumb goon decides to shoot at him.
Yeah.
So I guess once again, you don't have to be smart to be a goon.
Well, yeah.
But luckily that case is bulletproof, apparently. So.
Well, yeah, it has like bulletproof glass so that people can't get.
And nobody tries to stop him from shooting. They're like, man, he'll be all right.
Well, yeah, even the even what's his name? He doesn't try.
Ian?
He just looks at him while he shoots at him.
Well, when you get goons on such short notice, you don't really get to do like tests on them.
Yeah, I guess he didn't get a chance to field test his goons.
Yeah. But I like when he's walking into the gift shop and the lady's like, are you trying to steal that? And I was like, ooh. good old classic switcheroo too. Like he's buying the poster, it doesn't have enough cash, and I was like, "Why don't you use a fucking credit card?" And right after I said that, she's like, "We take Visa." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Then you leave a paper trail when you do that, though.
And he did,
Yep.
and he did.
Yes.
But he does do the good old classic switcheroo, because when they grab the lady and they grab the poster, they think they got it, and it's a fucking replica. It's the gift shop one.
Yeah, it's the gift shop $35 replica. That's a lot of
Ben
money
is
for
always
a poster.
Yeah. Ben's always one step ahead, dude. Like when he's like, "So in actuality, you owe me $35 plus tax." He was such a dick to her, and I loved it. He's like, "You're shouting, and your shouting is really starting to annoy me." It's like, "Oh, she's shouting again." Like all this stuff. Like,
Shush.
shush.
Um, do you really think they're like those posters are $35 there?
Dude, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Like fucking museums and amusement parks and shit, like that's how they get you, dude.
Okay, yeah. Last time I went to the museum in Denver, their gift shop is pretty pricey.
It's like for a bag of rocks, it's like $30. And I'm like, "Oh, cool rocks." But
Well, it depends.
you don't think about it because you're excited. You just learned. You're like in the fucking museum. I'll pay any amount of money for a piece of paper.
Look at me learn, and you get home, and you're like, why did I do this?
Yeah,
I don't,
I'm an idiot. Why did I
like
buy
this. I'll never put this on my wall.
I don't. Why? So then they need to get the Silence Do-Good letters, but they can't go back to his house because he leaves a paper trail. Harvey Keitel finds them.
And they also find his sweet setup for
His clean room.
Yeah, which also wouldn't have worked anyway.
Why?
Because they needed heat.
Well, it's true. Well, they didn't know. Yeah,
They didn't know until his papa.
It's so good that they saw Mr. Gates. I don't know. That relationship was pretty cool, where it's like the dad was like despised his dad, like the grandfather of like, you're making our fucking family. Like everyone thinks we're a joke. You're just following clue after clue, and you're never gonna get this. It's like a metaphor for life. You're always grabbing for something you're never gonna get.
Yeah.
But then, like, he comes around and he helped out. I like that. He's like, "You're gonna need heat. Just pop it in the oven." It's like, no.
Yeah, it's cool. Just pop it in. It's all good.
It's a lot of. I'm also glad that he had a lot of lemons in his fridge for them to just a bowl full of lemons for them to squeeze and put on that.
Are you telling me that you don't have a bowl full of lemons?
I don't. So I guess if you come crashing into my house trying to look at a secret map, I won't be able to help you.
I'd be like, bro, what the hell is this, man? Like everybody has a bowl full.
I've got a hairdryer.
I feel like the comments are going to light up on this. They're going to be like, who doesn't have a bowl of lemons ready to go?
Sorry.
I mean, we're in our 30s. That's something that I don't know what to say.
I know.
I don't know what to say.
I know. I'm sorry.
If Nick
We'll
Cage
just
came
end
to
the-
your house right now, you wouldn't have lemons ready to rock.
Well, I'm not at my house right now.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. Not only
Uh-oh.
are you not there, but you would also not have any
still
lemons.
have lemons. Shit. I mean, I don't have any lemons here either.
Well, I mean, if you needed a lemon, I'm sure you could get one smuggled in.
Okay. I'll talk to Dugan. He'd probably give me a couple lemons. So they get the Silence Do Good. No, they don't get the Silence Do Good letters because his dad doesn't have any more. He could put them in a museum.
Yeah, he donated them.
So then they tie up his dad to make it look like he didn't help them. And they go to some museum. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's in like Philadelphia or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere in the oldies, the colonial area.
Yeah.
But they're using that kid as with the cipher because it's the numbers. They get the numbers off the back of the Declaration.
Which I totally did not really get until he came running outside. I was like, okay.
He's helping them. And he's like,
okay, there are a few child actors in this, and I forgot to mention it like in the beginning. What did you think?
I don't remember them enough to think otherwise. I think the numbers kid, he didn't have to be good because he was just being a little the information getter, and all he had to do was, "Excuse me, sir," like when he ran into him, say some stuff, and then like look at $100. Is this real? Like, it's as good as you're gonna get for like
the kid
that's gonna be on screen.
The kid that bummed me out was the kid in the beginning.
Oh, that plays young Ben.
Yeah, because like, what's his name goes like, "Do you so swear?" And he's like, "Oh, I so
I
swear," and
so
I'm just like,
swear.
"Oh yeah."
It. I just wish that. I wish it'll always remind me of one of my favorite jokes. It's in The Mummy, and Evie goes like, "Do you swear?" And he's like, "Every damn day." She's like, "That's not what I meant." I know what you meant. Like, I don't know why. Like, every damn day is one of my favorites. It's like, "Do you swear?" Every damn day. But the child actors are very forgettable, so I will give them a low rating. Um, a good, probably 3 out of 10. Uh, not memorable in a good or bad way. So, sorry, kids, you blew it.
Ish. Like,
Yeah,
if you wouldn't have been there, whatever.
you blew it. This movie does it once, and I thought it was going to do it twice, but I'm glad it didn't. So, Ian sees the kid doing that. He suspects something. He goes outside, and Riley gets the clue because he sees the Liberty Bell on the side of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And like the bus drives by, and then like he's gone.
Yeah.
Later on, I just want to talk about it real quick, and we can come back. When Ben's getting
I know.
chased by those guys, the bus goes, and like in any other movie, he'd be gone. But when
Yeah.
the bus is revealed, he's just booking it, and I was like, "That's fucking beautiful." Because
I
any
know.
other
I like that
movie,
too. Because like the bus goes by, and I'm like, "Oh, really? A second one?"
yeah, I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna be gone," like in any other movie, and then you just like it goes by, and he's just like fucking booking it, and I was like, "That's good." They do. They use Yahoo. I feel like Google existed at this time. Why are they using Yahoo as a search engine?
Maybe, maybe Yahoo puts money in. But I mean, it's Disney. Why would they have? Why would that ever happen? Like, Disney doesn't need product placement.
Yeah, was like Yahoo really like a on its last leg? Like, we'll pay you so much money if you just let us in National Treasure.
Yeah, we just want to be part of like Nic Cage and National Treasure
And people will use our search engine like crazy after this.
forever
Ever.
for the rest of their life.
Google who?
Yeah,
Ask Jeeves
Google.
what? So they're changing clothes at the Urban Outfitters.
And
Him
again,
and
product placement. What the hell,
Urban
Disney?
Outfitters. You got to get thrown in a Disney movie. Him and Abigail are flirting, talking about stuff, and getting real close, and she's on a tippy toes. And then Riley comes in with the whole Liberty Bell thing, which now they know to go to Liberty Bell. Look at the shadow, the certain time of day. Cool fucking clue was the back of the $100 bill. And he's like, "Can I see the $100 bill you just gave? I just gave." She's like, "Fuck no." It's like, "Here's
Yeah.
my watch. It's a scuba watch. I can go really down deep. I'll use that
All
as
right, cool.
collateral."
Like, or
That,
okay.
yeah, that was a fucking cool clue. And he's like using the water bottle, magnifying. It's like 222, and I was like, "Nice,
Nice. And then what's
good
his name?
job."
Riley had the
He knew because it was like, "Oh, it's 3. It's like already 3," and they're like, "Oh."
like, but actually, it's not already 3 because daylight savings time didn't exist until Ben Franklin had said, "Hey, let's do like daylight savings time."
Let's fuck over everybody in the future. Daylight savings time. Woo! Benjamin Franklin's one of the greatest guys in America.
He knew what America was gonna be like. He was like, "Fuck you guys, that's what you
Yeah.
get."
So they get to the top of the tower where the Liberty Bell was,
Mhm.
and they see the shadow of the thing on that brick thing. And he's going down there and he's digging at it. There's a shot from the other side, and it's definitely not him. And so it's like a guy not even dressed the same. So they're probably like, "Oh, that shot was fucked up. We need to go refilm it, but Nick's really busy. Let's get a guy who looks nothing like him. Get him on that roof and start digging at it like it's that thing." And I was like, "It looks nothing like him," but it's a quick scene, but it's just fucking hilarious.
It
They do
was.
that twice.
Oh,
Twice in the movie.
that's sad that I
There's
didn't notice that.
the second one is his dad when they're going down in the giant staircase. It was just like some other guy in a gray wig that's like supposed to be John Voight or whatever. And it was like, is it though? It's like, he wasn't available. Get Lenny in the fucking wig and get him in the shot.
Yeah, we need to film this and we need to get it done. Says Turtle
Yeah.
Bow
Total bow.
Taub Turtle Taub. Sorry.
Total taub. So they find the really cool the spectacles that Benjamin Franklin made. And
Those
they
are
look
pretty
at
cool.
they look at the back of the Declaration of Independence and you can see some shit. It's like, whoa.
And then I think, like, did they have the technology to make stuff like that back then? That's crazy.
I don't know if you really need technology to make certain kind of inks that get shown under certain kind of lights and glass. I mean, that's just basic science, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, even the way it's like printed and stuff. I mean, like, what did our like money look like back then? I don't think it was like, and even if like, yeah, I know it was intricate and like somewhat, but not like that.
Well, we didn't make the money till like later on. So I think they put the clues in the money like way after, you know.
Well,
But
no,
like on the back
what
of
I
the
mean is like original money,
yeah.
like the like first U.S. currency, because I know it had a lot of, like there were a lot of like weird little like swivels and lines and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's just like I don't think like I don't know, it's super intricate.
I mean, what else you gonna do? You got nothing but time, you know, and you're trying to make cool hidden clues and
And then there's that too. It's like, what are you doing?
like, what else you
Like,
doing in life, you know?
like, like I'm like you live your entire like, well, maybe not your entire life, but like a good portion of it. Benjamin Franklin, even writing letters, like as like some random person when he was like
Simon Stupid.
younger, you know, like that's what they said, that when he was like a younger person, that's what
Yeah.
he did that. So he wrote cryptic letters only to like later on in his life have a Declaration of Independence that like somehow he also put like
I don't think it
stuff
was
on the
just
backup.
him. It wasn't just him. Like all those guys were working together for it.
Yeah, but
So
did they
that's
all
why
know each other also when they were like younger people?
I mean they meet and like it's not that big of an area. You meet all these guys pretty fast. Population wasn't that big.
I guess that's true.
So like yeah, they all work together. It's like they're in their own way become the Knights Templar, you know. I'm sure they probably were. They I mean
Well,
they
that's
were
what they were saying, that
Masons.
that's like the Masons came after the Templar.
Yeah, so they're all Masons. So they're like, hey guys, let's make this fucking thing. Make a cool ass like ink on the back that you can only see with these cool sunglasses. And they're like, dope.
Which is pretty cool. And then like
Mm-hmm.
we'll just hide it around, and maybe somebody someday some really lucky guy or another really lucky Mason is gonna find all this badass shit.
Only those worthy enough will find it.
Only the like those who can figure out the weird cryptic
The
riddles
codes
and
we
stuff.
give.
Yeah,
No one's gonna get these.
unless you're Nick Cage,
Yeah.
then you get them like that.
I've been born for this.
Yep.
So they see the thing, it says the wall or some shit like that. And Ian shows up, so they gotta split up. And he
And split
gets
up they do.
they split up they do, and Ian gets everything.
Yep.
And Nicolas Cage gets caught by Harvey Keitel. End of the movie. That's actually just where it ends.
Yep. And then it's the end, and the national treasure was
In us all along.
yeah.
It's good. Teaches you a good story.
Yep.
We are national treasures when you think
Yeah.
about it.
You're looking at them. You're looking at the national treasures.
The end seemed like the movie. It was a Disney movie. It's a family movie, so like the story just goes fast. It's like bam, 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 right
Yeah.
after another. There's like no low spot. I mean, it is like a heist movie. You can't really have like lulls in a heist movie.
And it's funny, I kept thinking that too. I'm like, man, this movie just like it's just like running.
Goes.
Just keeps going.
Full force. I mean, it's short too. It's Disney. They don't like make long movies a whole lot of the times. They're like, fucking, let's pound it out. So he gets caught. Harvey Keitel's like, you're in a shitload of trouble. You're gonna help us catch this guy and the Declaration of Independence, and you're also still gonna go to jail. So they have to meet on the helicarrier.
And then somehow those guys are technologically advanced enough to have like a scrambler.
I mean, he's got unlimited resources. Some goons come well equipped. He's like, hey, looking for a goon with an audio scrambler, and he's like, I'm just the guy for you.
Maybe that's something you'd put on a resume as a goon.
Yeah,
Have
like
audio scrambler.
always
Or,
list your equipment.
have
Helicopter pilot.
Have a pair of brass knuckles.
Helicopter pilot. I'm a good runner. Not a good shooter, which I think is always key for a goon. Never be a good shot.
Yeah, if you're too good.
That way you can always miss them, and you're hitting cool metal. And it's like pew pew.
See, if you're a good shot, you're probably gonna be like bodyguard. You're gonna be right next to like the main bad guy. Like you're probably gonna die first.
Yeah. but goons never a good shot.
Yeah, and you guys are spread out. Goons get knocked out. They don't get killed.
Yeah,
Or-
one or two good hits, and I'm like,
Yeah.
then I wake up, and you see me later, and I got a bandage on my nose or something on my head, and I'm looking at you like you're the guy that hit me before. Ooh, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, oh, I'm gonna get you good. I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm sure gonna give you a wallop. That's for sure.
Oh, where the fuck is this episode gone? I feel like we've like not talked about this movie. Like,
Well, we're talking about the movie, but we're like all over the place with it because it's just there's
it's a
lot
quick movie. It's
a
yeah.
quick movie. It was all right.
We'll get to the enjoyment.
We're almost there.
Kind of. So I love something I really loved about Ben was anytime he was separated from any of his friends and he got a call from them or like saw them again, he goes, "Are you okay?" That was fucking cool. This dude actually cares about these people. Instant, like, "Are you okay? We don't have the thing. That's fine. Are you okay?" Like anytime he saw someone, "Are you doing okay?" I'm like, dude, that guy's fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay, now where's the thing?
Yeah, where's the fucking thing? But like, I always like that. He was like, he cared more about the people than like the treasure, you know?
As he should have.
Yeah. You okay? I love that. Gets a call from the girl while he's on the thing. Are you okay? But so then she and Riley made a deal with Ian that they'd get all this stuff together and they would help him get the treasure if she could get Ben away from the FBI.
Yeah.
And they did. He jumps over the thing. Cool jump. Yeah, you should try it sometime. I love that.
Like that's like the second big jump for Nic Cage. He did it in Face Off.
Same thing too. He kind of does that, and then the straight legs, which is smart because you don't want to be opened up. You're gonna break a leg when you hit the water. Hitting water is like hitting the bricks, you know.
I like to ball up.
So they help him. He helps him escape. Ben's like, "Here, you can take all the evidence, whatever," and he's like, "No, you're gonna." He's like, "I know you're gonna fuck me over. You're not giving me all the clues." He's like, "That's why you got to hold all the cards." Bam, Dad's in the equation.
Yep.
Bam, Dad's here now.
Yep. He's
got to go in the church.
He's taped up. Now you're in the church.
Which, like, the whole movie, they're unrolling and rolling the Declaration of Independence so much. I feel like they were just like,
I know.
in the breeze. And in the church, they're not even holding gloves anymore. They're just like gripping it and like.
I know. Like I noticed, like toward the end of the movie, they're just kind of like, all right, open it.
Yeah, haphazardly throwing it around, beginning to like, careful now, and I was like, all right, what we got here?
Yeah, at the end, by the end, they're just like,
yep. Hold this around. Got it.
Putting rocks.
Here, you hold one side with your fingernails, and I'll hold the other side with my fingernails. Check out this. Yeah, when you move the lenses in a certain way, you see the other codes.
Yeah, it was cool.
And you get to go under the church.
That's where we got off the rails because we were talking about the technology used for that, and that went anyway.
Yeah.
So they go into the church and they find that one. It was the tomb.
The name on it. It's like, which is cool because like. Fucking Ben was just like dropping cool history, like the intersection of Wall Street and Broadway. It's like it was originally called this, blah blah blah, and then moved to this Wall Street and Broadway. Like it was really cool. Like he was just like flexing hard on how much history he knew.
I know so much. Like, I know so much history.
I don't remember the name, but yeah, they found it. It's one of the graves in there, and they just like break it open, and then it's like an episode of Coffin Flop from. I think you should leave because they pull it out and just like body comes out of it. I like how that one goon's like, make sure you don't step in it. I'm like, what? Dry bones? Oh no!
Oh, be careful!
Careful, no one steps in it. It's like I'm glad that goon's interested about safety and preservation.
Well, he's just doing the goon thing too, saying goon and stuff.
Like when they go in there and Nic Cage kisses her and he goes, "Why doesn't that happen to me, huh?
Because you're a goon.
Because you're a goon." I'm sorry, sir. Goons, we don't get to do cool shit like that. We don't get the girl. We don't get happy.
We're not the hero. No.
We're the guys that fall through the wood and down a dark hole.
Yeah. Also, what was with that kiss though? That was a little weird.
Come here. Like I thought he's gonna like slip her a thing or being like, "We're gonna get out of here." Like something. It's just like, no, come here.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, man.
So aggressive. Like, all right.
Okay.
So there's a line, and I like how they don't just say the answer, but it's like we all know what it is. And he's like, and one guy's like, "Man, how'd they build such a cool place like this?" And then Ben's like, "The same way they built the pyramids in the Great Wall of China." And it's like slaves. That's like it's like the answer, but it's like
Yeah,
we won't say it, but it's like
we know.
slaves.
We all know. We all know
Yeah.
it was slaves.
So I just love that. He's like, same way built the pyramids in the Great Wall of China. It's like,
Anybody want to take
it's
a guess?
true.
Anybody want to take a guess who it was?
They get the cool chandeliers still filled with oil that will,
Is
light the place
not,
up.
I was wondering about that. Like, so would that work still? Do you think?
I think so. Like, I think I don't know if it was oil or like a petroleum or something that just like it won't evaporate,
Yeah.
So it's always going to be there. And it's always going to be flammable. So like, yeah, I think like you soak it in that. It's like the torches. They like look like they were soaked in that tar or whatever it is that would just like light up instantly.
I know. Well, that's what I was thinking because like when they lit that up, I was like, damn, that went up quick. Like the hell is that soaked in?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably like petroleum or some kind of oil or like not kerosene, but like something like that because it was dark. Yeah, I feel like it'd still light up.
It was
It's like
great
it's
'cause
not. There's no air.
they're working on or they're walking down that like wooden thing and they're all worried about the wooden thing and I thought like how are these ropes not snapping too? Like these
Just
ropes are
burlap.
meant to be like dust. Like how are they not like snapping?
Why didn't we just use the elevators to begin with? Why are we like going on the rickety stairs? It's like there were dumb waiters. Like fucking use those in the beginning, dude. Why did we not?
I wouldn't have wanted to touch any of it. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna make it down this without breaking.
I'll stay up here. Yeah. Let's get some actual climbing gear, guys.
Yeah.
This guy's rich. We can do that. And like, let's get the REI or Dick's or Gart Brothers, dude. Like, let's.
Yeah. We can also get some like
shit.
we can get a generator and get some real lights in here, not just these torches. And hey, dude,
stored.
how about we go find it? We split the treasure. This guy leaves us the fuck alone, and I'm helping you out.
It is all my treasure.
Yeah.
And any movie, there's a tomb. There's things that are untouched for hundreds and hundreds of years. Why are there cobwebs?
Yeah, because they're
like
ancient spiders are they're seeping in there, man.
That's like the worst place for like spiders to go because there's like no food there. There's no bugs and shit.
Well, see what I always kind of thought, and I don't know if this would even be a thing, but I mean, if it was a sealed tomb, maybe there were already spiders in there and they just got stuck and died.
Yeah.
Because I mean that happens. I've had like spiders get into my like house before.
But to the level of like walls just covered in cobwebs. Like there's so much. Like Indiana Jones does it. Like every movie does it where it's just like nothing but cobwebs.
And then I think, okay, well maybe there are there's like tarantulas that are getting in here somehow, but they can also get out. Like just because like there's a hole that's not big enough for us to fit through doesn't mean they're not getting in and out of it.
I just feel like it wouldn't be a good place to hold up. There's not a lot of bugs down there. Like I feel you want to be close to the food source, not enough.
Well, aren't there like tarantulas that like live in like caves and stuff?
Yeah, but like there's also bugs in caves. Like this just seemed like a very bug-free.
It did. There was
whole zone,
Yeah, it was very
like Indiana Jones. I can understand because it's like the jungle.
Yeah,
and it's like caves, but like this was like a sealed tomb underneath like Philadelphia. So you don't see a lot of like bugs and stuff. So
it's very tidy.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like, I mean, other than to like make it look old, it's like must have dusty cobwebs that don't burn when the torches go through them.
But yeah, you're right. What kind of bugs and insects are these living under there?
I feel like now we just released these prehistoric, I shouldn't say prehistoric, these really old bugs, these terrifying bugs out into the world because we broke that seal. Now they're out.
They're just giant mythical spiders.
Yeah, good job. That wasn't a hole. That was the hole to the elder gods, and they came out.
Yeah.
The treasure was a ruse because it was the elder gods wanting to be released, and the Freemasons are actually a cult of the elder gods, and they want the end of the world, so they made this fake treasure for you to go find. Thanks for killing the whole fucking world, guys.
Yeah, and to pass the time, all it did was sit there and shoot cobwebs all over the walls.
Yeah.
Until somebody decided to let it out.
Yeah.
That was the curse, though. That was the only way it could get out, is if somebody opened the door.
Yep.
If only if Nic Cage opened the door with a pipe.
The chosen one.
Which is a weird way to like make a
Yeah.
key. I get it, like because like I saw him put the I'm like, oh, okay, I see the pipe fits in there, but I didn't see the little circle with it, and then I didn't expect him to start cranking it either. I was
Yeah. What I loved is like any movie like with ancient booby traps and hidden doors, like they always hit a button and it's like and it starts like opening on its own.
yeah,
Like some mechanisms that work, which like I've always wanted to know how does that work.
it's the
But like this was
magic
cool because he
behind
just like turned the thing and then like pushed it open. So it was just like a lock and that's it. But
Yeah.
like usually it's like these like doors opening on their own.
yeah, like a giant sliding stone door or something.
Yeah, it's like how is this going on right now? This was cooler because it's like you just put the pipe in, you turn
It's
it.
just
and
funny
it's
because
like,
I was not expecting the like end of the pipe to be like the handle where you just like turn it. I thought it would just be like a button,
yeah, but that was cooler. I like that being like the key to unlock it.
And like I also had the question of like if you didn't have the little like end of the pipe, would it work?
Oh yeah, could you turn it or can you just stick your finger in it?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Or does like the grooves of that like end thing? Because it looked like there were like little grooves in the end.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's good that they had the pipe intact and not like just part of it.
See, like in the beginning, I thought the pipe blew up altogether.
Yeah, I didn't think that Ian got it. I didn't think that he kept it.
Yeah, I thought
But
nobody got it.
yeah. I was like, oh, there goes that clue, burnt up.
Damn. And also, let's go back to that beginning part. When he cuts himself open, did he? Okay, so did he know that there's going to be that there? Did he know there was going to be a pipe there?
I think he knew that there was going to be, because he knows his shit. I think he knew that like, oh, this is gonna have a message on it. It's gonna be like a stamp or whatever.
Yeah,
So
but
he's
at
like,
that
the
point,
only
then
ink
why
I
don't
have is
you?
my blood.
Yeah, and at that point, if you know this like beforehand, why don't you just carry a little pad of ink?
I don't think he knew. I think he just thought it was like, hey, this might be the treasure. But then when he saw this, he's like, ooh, this looks like it's an ink roller. He's like, I don't have any ink on me. Let me cut my thumb open. So he just works like in the moment like that. Like expect the unexpected is what he does.
You might need to use your blood as ink. You never know.
You don't want to be a little crybaby bitch about it. You just instantly cut it into it. And you're like,
Yeah, you use your crappy dull pocket knife.
mm-hmm. That can cut brick pretty well. Or cement or whatever it was in there.
See, I imagined it was just like some sort of like crappy plaster that had been there for a really long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes through that so quick.
Yeah. What I liked is he took the glasses out and then he puts the brick back, which was nice.
See, that made me happy too. I was like, thanks for putting it
not
back.
just like,
because that's usually what happens in like a movie. They just like, oh cool.
Yeah. He's like, all right, neat. Let me put that back just nice. I'm like, it's cool. He's still about preserving things, but he's like also like, trying to get.
And I really thought that they would catch him down there, like putting the brick back.
That was cool. Like, there was,
roof.
yeah, and like then it'd be a chase, but then once again, where'd he go? So they find the treasure room, and you think that's it. You're like, oh man, there's some cool stuff. There's like scrolls from the Library of Alexandria. There's like some other shit, and then he like lights the torch and just like whole fucking place, man.
And it's huge. And I'd be curious to see like what's all the way in the back because it looked like there was more like structure back there. Like
yeah, like I wonder if there's more treasure in the treasure room. Like how long does this go, and how has the city not collapsed over this over the
seriously
years and years? I mean, it's good stuff. Good stonemasons because they're the Freemasons. They know how to work with stone.
Well, yeah, they were all stone cutters.
Yep, stone cutters.
Well, that's where the Simpsons got that.
Yeah,
like a straight up, like
yeah,
somewhat of a ripoff. It was cool.
Yeah, I still love the stone cutters. They find the treasure. They find the stairs.
Oh yeah, to escape.
Get out.
They scare that guy. That's just the
looks at the dead body, like the thing, the pile of bones.
Yeah.
You have a cell phone on you? That was great. Harvey Keitel shows up. And guess what Harvey Keitel is? Get the little pinky ring.
He's a Mason. Only he can wear a pinky ring.
Yeah, I feel like there's few people in the world that can pull off pinky rings.
Is it weird that I thought that when I saw him? I'm like, that man can wear a pinky ring and like he can get away with it? Not a
Yeah,
whole lot of
there's
people can wear pink. I know he wore a pinky. I'm pretty sure he wore a pinky ring in Sister Act. Like I feel like he had one.
yeah.
It just works on him. Like he can
Like
wear a
yeah, it's
pinky
just
ring.
like, and that was it. It was like the only ring he was wearing was just that pinky ring, and I was like, some people can pull off the pinky ring. Most of us can't.
Me, no.
Yeah, I'm not a pinky ring guy. But yeah, he's a Mason. He was in it the whole time.
See,
He
I don't know if he
knew.
was like in on like the fact that he like
I don't think he knew where the treasure was, but I think
he knew about
maybe
it.
he was. Yeah, he's part of that secret society to keep it hidden
Yeah.
and make sure nobody finds it. So like, and then now that somebody found it, I think it's good that he was there because he's on the good guy side of like, yeah, we'll make sure it gets
Yeah.
to the proper places, and I'm not just going to kill you and take all the treasure for myself. And like, what would you even do with all that? Where do you sell that to make money?
Yeah,
What do you
seriously.
do with
Like
that amount of treasure?
you've got like Egyptian artifacts, you've got Roman artifacts and stuff in there. It's like what
Like,
do you
what
do
do
with
you?
all that stuff?
Yeah, like there's only one thing to do, and that's put it in a museum or like put it in your personal collection. You can't just like go to a pawn shop and go, here, I want $30,000 for this one vase, and they're like, no, I'll give you about $3 store credit. Like you can't
Yeah.
do anything else with this shit unless you hold it ransom to the government.
Yeah,
But
but who are
that's
you
the
going to
only
hold it
thing.
ransom from? Like nobody really owns it at that point. It's
I
property of
guess
the Freemasons.
back to the countries that had it. You're like, hey Rome, I got some cool shit. If you want it, give me your fucking money. I'll give it back.
That I probably would.
That's like the only way to do it. Like other than
Yeah, you literally have to hold all their stuff for ransom.
mm-hmm.
All right, all the French stuff can go back to France.
Yeah, the Egyptian stuff. Let's call Egypt up. Like, hey, I got your stuff. I want some money.
Yeah.
And
None
they
of
can
it
just
stays in America.
yeah,
Okay, some of the Freemason stuff can stay.
yeah,
But that's already
the
here. That's all over the place.
yeah. Like it's
The Freemasons are like super ingrained into American
yeah.
history.
So yeah, there's nothing you can do with that treasure once you find it.
You could sit
Other
there
than
in your treasure room. That'd be pretty cool for a while.
yeah, it's like you're like a Smog the Dragon at that point. You just sit on your treasure and you don't do anything with it except for accumulate more treasure you can do nothing with.
Yeah, but I mean, like, more. What is more treasure to you? Like at that point, like, what is more treasure? Like more stuff that someone else couldn't sell.
Or like something that's just so valuable that you're like, I must have it in my treasure collection.
I have my.
And isn't it weird we as a species put value to objects?
Well, like that, like statues and
Yeah.
shit. Because
Like some of that stuff, like we went to a museum
mhm.
and it was like an old Mesopotamian ladle. It's like, oh my. And it's like back then they're like, it's a fucking ladle. Like it's like a ladle in the kitchen. You're like, I don't give a shit. I bought it at Target.
Because they were
It's
probably
like the
fucking.
same.
They were doing the same shit with it. They were ladling some fucking soup,
It's
and their
like
kid had some
whatever.
soup, and then they put the ladle away, and they woke up the next day and they might have used it again.
And so like, and now this ladle's in a museum.
Is that going to be
And
like us someday?
that's gonna be us. Like a coffee cup's gonna be in there, or like a fucking remote or some shit like that.
Or like our entire like podcasting studio?
That'll
It'll
be
just
in the
be
museum. And they'll put a huge amount of money into it. Like it'll be priceless.
yeah.
Our show someday will be priceless in a museum.
And they'll be like, this is worth so much.
Yeah. And we're gonna put it in some underground cave where no one can take the secret treasure of the podcast era of America.
Should be on a hard drive somewhere in a cave underneath some.
Yeah, one hard drive with like a couple of microphones and a couple of webcams and like two chairs. They're like, no one can have this treasure.
Nothing even like somewhat high tech.
No,
All pretty base stuff.
So Riley cuts a deal. Harvey Keitel's like, well, someone's got to go to jail. So they give the location of Ian, and they luckily and nicely let Ben hide in the shadows until Ian sees him, so he can step out and go, "Gotcha, bitch."
Yeah.
I just imagine him going like, "Okay, you guys are gonna get him here. Can I go like stand in this doorway over here in the
And then when you're
shadows
bringing
and,
him around in cuffs, I can come out and be like,
Gotcha." That was really nice of them to let him do that.
yeah.
And then
Had
they
to add
get
a little insult to the injury.
and then they get rich somewhat. I mean, they get a lot of money. even like at 10% or 1% of all this shit. Gets to buy an old house with his new lady. You know, they maybe have a kid. I don't know, because she leaves him a map and he goes, where does this go to?
I'm like,
I bet you
ooh.
know.
I'm like,
I
yeah.
bet you know.
Where does that go to? We get to see. That's part 2.
Let me see a peek of that map.
That's National Treasure Part Dos.
Ooh, National Treasure 69.
Oh yeah.
And then roll credits. And that's it.
Yep.
You know, one of my favorite things I like to do is I like to get on the internet. I like to scroll around. I like to find websites that just have just content on it. But I have yet to find a website that has the kind of content I want. And I'm talking different kinds, you know, real nerd stuff. I'm
Well,
talking I'm talking cosplay. I'm talking interviews with film directors. I'm talking reviews of movies and stuff like that. But I have yet to find a place
let me tell you
that
something, partner.
fulfills my
Let me let
need.
me let me tell you something. I think I know. I think I've got something that's going to scratch that itch. That's called
Please.
Project. That's it's going to be called projectnerd.com. Let me rephrase that. Project-nerd.com. They're going to have everything that you just asked for. Every
I just
single thing.
and more.
And more.
And I just go on the internet and all I do is I type in
Yep.
www.project-nerd.com and I'm there.
And you're there.
I'm going to get on Yahoo right now and get there.
Bang, zoom, right there. You're looking at cosplay. You're looking at movie reviews and reviews of all kinds of stuff. Everything, all the stuff.
I'm on my way there, and so should you be on your way there. Project Nerd. Brought to you by Cisco. Let's get into let's rate it. Oh man. I enjoyed this movie. I think people are too full of themselves and try to think they're cool if they think they're above this kind of movies that are just a fun delight, a fun joy. Like, remember when this came out, people were like, National Treasure, that's so stupid. I'm like, it's a fun movie. It's a really
You know, we I think
fun
we were
movie.
there. We were there.
I mean, yeah, I kind of, there was times where I was like, the movie. But it's a fun movie. You're fooling yourself if you don't think it is. So, I mean, like, it's just a cool story. It's just go, go, go. It's like a nice heist movie. It's a nice history movie. And you got Nicolas Cage. What more could you want, people? I'm going to give this movie probably a good 8.6 Benjamin Franklin spectacles out of 10. That's mine.
Fantastic. And I'm gonna say the same thing. And back then, I know I pretty sure I was one of those like, oh, National Treasure.
Mm-hmm. But then you
But
watch it.
yeah, you watch it and it's paced nice. Like it just kind of. I mean, it's kind of what you get what you pay for, I guess. If it's a Disney movie, there have I can't really think of a whole lot of Disney movies that aren't paced well, or at
Yeah,
least
it's like
even if I didn't really enjoy them that much, they still flowed nice.
I think they've got it down by now.
They've
Like,
got
yeah,
it down,
we know how to keep you.
and it was cool. I mean, and again, it's got Nick Cage. How are you going to complain about that? And again, he does his Nick Cage acting, which he does in every movie, and it doesn't matter if it's a Disney movie because he still gets away with it. You know, like it's cool because he's got a style, and you get to watch it in like every movie, and it doesn't like he's got style. It doesn't get old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can like make it fit in
Yeah, it
like
fits
pretty
in
much
any movie.
whatever genre.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this 8 Declarations of Independence out of 10. Good.
Ooh,
I liked it. I
nice.
enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
And I think at this point in my life, I'm starting to just enjoy things and not be so critical about it. And I really suggest everybody out there do the same. Like, stop living your life like a fucking stuck up critic butthole.
Yeah.
Be a stuck up critic buttholes like this, like us, and don't take shit seriously. It's like, don't just fucking enjoy shit.
Yeah.
It's art. Just enjoy it. It's media.
Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't trying to be anything else, but just a fun, good time.
It was
So
just, yeah, it felt like it was supposed to be entertaining, and it was.
yeah. So don't be like younger versions of us who think they're better than it. Just fucking watch National Treasure. And if you have, good job. Watch it again.
Yeah. Did you not like it, or did you love it? Tell us what you think. I
Yeah.
want to know.
Right now, tell us what you think.
We're listening. We can hear you.
But yeah, it's a fun movie, and we suggest you go watch it.
Indeed.
And we suggest that you help us get out of here.
Yeah. Enough is enough.
Yeah. I think we've learned our lesson.
I know we've
Not that we did anything, but I've learned my lesson that I don't want
if
to
there were, yeah, like I didn't want to go in the first place,
yeah.
and now that
like
I'm here, I
definitely.
hate it even and more. You know.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for what you think we did, but we'd like to get out now.
Yeah. We feel bad for what we allegedly did, you know.
Yeah.
But we're ready to be done in the prison now.
So anytime now.
Anytime.
Open up those bars. We're ready to go. We learned our lesson.
We'll walk right out.
So, for Two Guys, One Film, hopefully we'll be out of here next week. But if not, who gives a shit? One more time. For Two Guys, One Film, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane.
And we'll see you next week.